have some other spell cards. This is actually for zombies. So this is a quick play spell card, and this quick play spell card is called Zombie Struggle, and you can only use this name's effect twice per turn. So this effect says target one zombie monster on the field, make it either gain or lose 1,000 attack until the end of this turn. And the second effect says if this card is in your graveyard, you can shuffle one of your banished zombie monsters into the deck, and if you do, set this card to your field. If this card was set by this effect, banish it if it leaves the field. So this basically means that you can use this card again. So right after you use it, because of its second effect, you basically can target one of your banished zombie monsters. Like let's say you banished White Prince or a Mezuki or a Shiranui, and you just basically shuffle it back into your deck, and you just get to set this card face down. And if you have it again, I believe you can use it again during your opponent's turn. That would be that would be really cool. It's for zombie supports. And then the first effect is so you can modify your zombie monster. Either they make them gain 1,000 or lose 1,000, because probably they would gain like a specific effect, or you just want them to last longer, and that would make pretty sense because some zombie monsters are really weak, and this is actually a boost for them, so that's a good thing for them. Alright, and now we have a monster card, and oh my god, guys, this is actually the first card of the support that I'm talking about the Cyberse. So pay attention. So this card's name is called Code Generator. It's a level 3 Earth Cyberse effect monster, obviously, with an attack of 1,300 and a defense of 500. So the effects of the first part, it says you can only use each effect among the first and second effects with this card's name only once per turn. And basically the effect says if you would use a Cyberse monster or monsters you control as link material for the link summon of a Code Talker monster, you can only use this card in your hand as link material. And the second effect says if this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard as link material for the link summon of a Code Talker monster, you can activate this effect. Choose one Cyberse with 1,200 or less attack from your deck, and if you do, send the chosen monster to the graveyard, or if this card was on the field when it was used as material, you can add the chosen monster to your hand instead. So what does this mean? This means that there's so much Code Talkers right now. There's Transcode, there's Decode, there's Underclock doesn't count actually. But there's so many Code Talkers out there, guys. Like any Code Talker, basically, this is really good for a Cyberse deck, like a pure Cyberse deck. And this makes you just add cards back into your hand, or you want to send stuff to your graveyard to pop their effect, or to help the Link monster special summon that monster through that effect. I was thinking this was actually going to be a tuner. And right when I saw this, I was just like, oh my god, that's like a Cyberse, because Cyberse look like almost like Gundam figures or something like that. But that's really cool that these guys are getting more support, and there's more to come out of it. Like right now, I'm going to show you. Alright guys, and now we have some extra deck support for Cyberse now also. So they're actually finally, I believe they're finally getting their first synchro and first synchro support and another link monster for Cyberse, putting up and down. So first we're going to go with the top one, and the one on the top is Cyberse Quantum Dragon. It's a level 7 Dark Cyberse Synchro effect monster with an attack of 2,500 and a defense of 2,000. Obviously, you need one tuner and one or more non-tuners. And its effect says, if you control a link monster, your opponent cannot target monsters you control for attacks or card effects, except this one. And then the second effect says, once per turn, at the start of the damage step, when this card bows an opponent's monster, you can return that opponent's monster to the hand. Also, this card can make another attack in a row. Alright, that's a really good card. They're giving them really good supports for that card, because basically the only monster they can target for an attack is that. And they cannot even target card effects except for that one. So basically, you can just compulse or something like that. It's fine. But then the other effect is, at the start of the damage step, when this card battles an opponent's monster, you can return that opponent's monster to the hand. And then it can make another attack. So basically, you're going to be seeing perhaps this monster attack twice. Or you basically could just redeclare and just attack, go in for it. And it's a 2,500. That's a really good attack for a level 7 monster, and it's a dark, so basically I don't even know how you guys are going to tune with it and non-tune with it, but I don't know who the tuner is in Cyberse. I personally do not play Cyberse, but that would be a really good card to play with. And then the other card we're going to be talking about, the one on the left, bottom left, is called Borreload's Savage Dragon. So it's a level 8 Dark Dragon Synchro Effect monster. So this is basically support for Borload, I'm guessing, with an attack of 3,000 and the defense of 2,500. Also requires one tuner and one non-tuner. And the effect, you can only use this card's name effect once per turn, and the effect states or says, if this card is synchro summoned, you can equip one link monster from your graveyard to this card, and if you do, place Boral counters on this card equal to the card's link rating. And the second effect says gains attack equal to half the attack of the monster equipped to it by its effect. And the third, when the opponent's card or effect is activated, quick effect, you can remove one Boral counter from this card, negate the activation. Oh my god, that is really, really good because Borload, most of them are link 4s and link 3s. I barely see a link 2. But basically, Borload, Rokket Rocket deck, they can spam and they can make so much link monsters that they can and then right when they send them to the graveyard to try and make a Borlo Savage Dragon, they just equip it and they basically can have like 4 or 3 counters, and it's going to be so hard to remove it, especially because it's an attack of 3,000 and the defense of 2,500, and especially because you can equip that monster to it. That is really, really broken, guys. It's going to be so hard to get rid of that monster. Like, I'm probably going to be struggling with removing that monster, and these cards splashes or the pictures they have on the cards are really amazing. They actually look like dragons, and that's really amazing. And now on the last card, the link monster. So it's called Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf. It's a link to Fire Cyberse Link effect monster with an attack of 1,800, and the link arrows are pointing top and they're pointing bottom. So the materials is 2 fire effect monsters, and you can only use this card's name or first and second effect once per turn each. And the first effect is, if a monster is normal or special summoned to a zone this card points to, you can add 1 fire monster from your graveyard to your hand, but you cannot normal or special summon that monster or a monster with the same name for the rest of the turn. And the second effect is, if this card is link summoned by using Salamangreat Sunlight Wolf as link material, you can add 1 Salamangreat spell or trap graveyard from your graveyard to your hand. Excuse me. So this card, I believe the first effect is going to be really, really helpful because I play Battle Boxers and they use fire. And there's a lot like Fire Fist and other fire decks out there that like Shiranui. These guys, that will help because you're basically just gonna add a fire monster from your graveyard to your hand if your opponent was to summon a monster on the zone or you were to summon a monster on that zone. And I think this will be really great over Dueling Chimera because Dueling Chimera uses 2 fire effect monsters to make him gain 500, 500, 500 attack, 500 defense, but this also says 2 fire effect monsters, so I don't know how Cyberse is actually going to get around that in a pure Cyberse deck. I don't know if they have fire monsters, but these are really good cards to play in a fire deck. All right, and I believe that was it. Comment, like, and subscribe, and actually comment below what you guys think about the meta, how it's going to change with these cards when they come into play, and what decks would they what's it called? Generalize with, aka work with the most besides itself, like Rockets and blah blah blah. And yeah, we'll see you guys later. All right, bye bye.